Alright, good day and welcome back to Maths and Physics, Mr. Simons. We get your exam ready. In today's lesson, we're looking at classwork on finance, grade 11, where people are investing money, but along the way they make extra deposits because they got extra money, or they decide to withdraw money from the investment because they need it for something small along the way. Right, so let's look at the first problem. I have a Musa Vilakazi saving for university. Decides to put his money in a fixed deposit paying 12% per annum compounded annually. Starts his saving with 2,000 Rand. Alright. After 3 years, he deposits another 5,000 Rand, and a final deposit of 10,000 Rand is made 8 years after the initial deposit. So we assume, Musa started working, he has a lot more money. How much money is accumulated in the fixed deposit at the end of 10 years? Right, so my first investment, 2,000. Interest is 12% compounded annually, so 12% is 12 over 100, which gives me 0.12. All right, and we take it as the 2,000 he put in the investment for 10 years straight. Right, he hasn't touched it, it's going to be there for 10 years. After 3 years, he deposits another 5,000. Right, so we're going to treat that as a, now we're supposed to do this via timeline. Well, I'm going to do it a different method, and hopefully my method makes it easier for you. Right, so after 3 years, he deposits another 5,000. So if I take 3 years away from 10 years, technically he's depositing 5,000 for 7 years, right? So P is 5,000, the interest is still 0.12, and N then equals 7, all right? A final deposit of 10,000 is made 8 years after the initial deposit. So 10,000 Rand is invested 8 years after, so 10 minus 8 gives me a period of 2 years, N equal 2, and the interest rate 0.12. So to solve this, I'm going to treat each one as an investment of their own. It's that simple. Add the totals together and I get the answer. So my future value here equal to P 1 plus I to the power N, plus for the second investment 1 plus I to the power N, plus P for the third investment 1 plus I to the power N. So my 2,000, the initial deposit, stayed there for 10 years, so 1 plus 0.12 to the power 10. 5,000 stayed there for 7 years, so that's 5,000, 1 plus 0.12 to the power 7. Plus 10,000, 1 plus 0.12 to the power 2. So if I do the first one, for the 2,000, you get 6,211 Rand 70 cents after 10 years. 5,000 gives me 11,053 Rand 41 cents. And the 10,000 there, 12,544. So if I add the 3 investments for that period, gets 29,809.11 cents. Right, so remember, although this is all in one account, each one would be treated as an individual investment. Let's look at the next problem. Mr. Gamere invests 50,000 into a savings account at 12% per annum compounded monthly for his son's university fee is in 12 years time. After 5 years, he adds another amount of 3,000, and after 7 years, he withdraws 7,000. How much is available for university fees? All right. So first he invested 50,000. Interest was 12%, so 12 divided by 100 gives me 0.12. Compounded monthly means I divide by 12. All right. In 12 years time, so the first investment is there for a full 12 years. 12 times 12, which gives me 144. No? Then after 5 years, he adds another 3,000. So we're treating another investment. If I take 5 years away from 12 years, he's depositing 3,000 for 7 years. So P equal 3,000. I is 12% or 0.12 divided by 12. And N would now be 7 times 12, which gives me 84, right? So if we take 5 years away from 12, I'm left with 7 years. So that is 84 times he will receive interest. Right? Then after 7 years, he withdraws 7,000. Right? So for the withdrawal, took 7,000. Interest is still 0.12 over 12, but take note, he can only get interest for 7 years on that 7,000, right? So the last 5 years interest, that's added to the 50,000 there. Remember, that's added for the whole 12 years. So that last 5 years, he shouldn't be receiving interest. So we always remove that interest he shouldn't be receiving. Am I making sense? So 7,000 I withdraw after 7 years. So 7 years interest I must receive. But 12 minus 7 means the last 5 years interest I must not receive. So here you see when I say n equal 5 times 12 equals 60, I'm removing that interest for the last 5 years that is added onto the original deposit. Right, so F equal to P 1 plus I to the power n deposit plus P 1 plus I to the power n deposit, but minus, right, for the withdrawal, P 1 plus I to the power n. So F equal 50,000, 1 plus 0.12 over 12 to the power 144, plus 3,000, 1 plus 0.112 over 12 to the power 84, minus the 7,000, 1 plus 0.12 over 12 to the power 60, that 5 years I shouldn't be receiving interest. If I check the totals, that's what I get. And all in all, after 12 years, I would have 203,734 rand, 6 cents in my investment account. Right, but let's go look at another problem. Tebogo made an initial deposit of 15,000 into account that paid interest at 9.6% compounded quarterly. Right? 6 months later, she withdraws 5,000. From the account, 2 years after the initial deposit, she deposits another 3,500. So she has more money she's depositing into this account. How much does she have in the account 3 years after her initial deposit? Right, so first, P equal 15,000, and that 15,000 is going to be there for the whole 3 years, right? So N equal to 3 compounded quarterly times 4, which gives me 12. Right, my interest 0.096, remember 96 divided by 100, 0.096 compounded quarterly divided by 4. Alright, so that's 12. Then 6 months later, she withdrew 5,000. So she withdrew 5,000. So for the first 6 months, she must get interest. Right, but if we take in a 3-year period, how many extra months did she get interest? So 3 years would be 36 months. So if I take 6 months away there, I got 30 months interest extra, but it's compounded quarterly. Alright, so I need to remove that 30 quarterly months. Alright, so I assume 3 months in a year makes a quarter of a year. No? So 30 divided by 3 would then give me 10. So P is 5,000, I is 0.096 over 4. So for N, yeah, because it's compounded quarterly, I'm going to say 3 years times 4, which gives me 12, minus, remember 6 months later, 6, but quarterly, 3 months in a year is 1 quarter. No? So therefore 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So 12 minus 2 gives me 10. So for 10 months, this 5,000 rands interest or 10 interest payments must be removed from the 5,000. You must just get for the first 2 quarters. No? So half a year is 2 quarters. All right. Then 2 years later, she deposits 3,500 again. So P is 3,500. I is 0.096 over 4, and N, 3 minus 2 gives me 1. So 1 times 4 equals 4 because it's compounded quarterly. So F equal P, 1 plus I to the power N for my first original deposit. Then P 1 plus I to the power N for second, minus P 1 plus I to the power N for any withdrawals. So starting off, I have 15,000, 1 plus 0.0964 to the power 12. That's my original deposit. Then I'm taking out 5,000, so minus 5,000. 1 plus 0,096 over 4 to the period 10. Then plus my deposit for the last year, 3,005. 1 plus 0,096 over 4 to the power 4. We do each one separate. These are the totals we'll get on the calculator. And if we add it together, after 3 years, we would have 17,448 Rand 46 cents. But taking account, we've also withdrawn 6,000 from these. Alright. So hope you follow. That's how we deal with extra deposits and withdrawals. Practice make perfect. Yeah. God bless. Bye.